Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome, biggity back, y'all. Hey, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. My name is Kelsi, and I'm here for you guys every chance that I can be to talk about my VSG journey and other things. Makeup and VSG. Sincere hope that through these videos you are able to find the answers to questions you've been looking for, or the path to choosing surgical weight loss is made that much easier. Whew. So we are here for another makeup and VSG video. I'm excited to do this. You guys know that I love makeup. You guys know that I love everything beauty related. And I figured, why not combine that with my VSG journey? I mean, match made in heaven, right? I will give a preface. This video is aimed more towards the content opposed to the makeup. I will, however, put any of the makeup products that I use right here and also in the description box if you are interested. I'm gonna let you guys know as well, I am in my living room because my significant other is asleep in the bed. So I couldn't make a video with him being asleep. It is pretty early in the morning, the wee hours of the morning. So you guys are, probably gonna hear Peach, the refrigerator, whatever. So, cause Peach just walks around and screams. So I didn't want you guys to think that I'm just beating her throughout the living room, but I'm not. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into the topic today. Today's topic is signs and symptoms of a protein deficiency after weight loss surgery. Earlier in the week, we did talk about the signs and symptoms of getting too much protein, and you guys were like, what? There's no way you can get too much protein after this surgery. I would never. I'm struggling to hit 10 grams a day. It's never gonna happen to me. Listen, I think that was more aimed at my bariatric friends who are a little bit further off in their journey. It is possible. There's a possible way to get too much protein. And I was speaking to my nutritionist kind of like about the things that I was still eating at this point in time. And I was still doing 3 protein drinks a day along with regular food. And she was like, Kelsi, there is a possibility that you could be getting too much protein, and that could be stunting your weight loss as well. That was during a stall of one of mine. So I only do one protein drink a day, and that kind of like negates that, and it still helps me to hit my protein mark, or at least get close to it, without overdoing it, if that makes any sense. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about the signs and symptoms of too little protein after weight loss surgery. And I'm going to be doing my makeup at the same time. So this particular look is just going to be my everyday look. This is the look that I wear to work, out with friends, shopping, on videos. It's the easiest look that I do. I feel like we're not doing anything particularly fancy today, so I don't need anything over the top. So like I said, if you guys are interested in the products that I use, they will be down here and also in the description box below. Probably gonna be a lot of the same products that I used the first time, because I don't have a whole bunch of makeups that I just do. But anyways, okay, never mind. It's not about the makeup, Kelsi. Ignore my hair because it is wash day and sis is greasy as heck. I wash my hair probably once every 2 weeks, and that just helps to with the growth. So sis is on 10 with the grease. We could fry a whole bucket of chicken. So I am going to wash my hair later on today, but for the sake of this video, and if you guys are wondering, it's because my hair is greasy. Ooh, I had to pin my hair another way because it's just not cooperating. That's just what it does when it's time to wash it. It has a mind of its own. Anyways, getting into the topic at hand. So on our journey, we understand that protein is the building block of life. It is the most important part of our recovery as a weight loss patient. It helps to regenerate and strengthen body cells. It's really important not only to bariatric patients, but to people in general. Protein, it's really, really important that you get the protein that you need to get in life, just in your everyday diet. So the first symptom of protein deficiency after weight loss surgery is going to be muscle wasting. When the body feels it is not getting enough protein from the food that you are intaking, it will begin taking it from your muscles and the bones within your body to ensure that it is getting enough protein. This condition is known as muscle wasting and can lead to a lack of physical strength, fatigue, and struggle doing normal day-to-day activities. Speaking on muscle wasting, this is something that doesn't happen overnight. It is after prolonged struggles with protein. It's with a prolonged struggle with getting in the correct protein intake and struggling with that along the way. Okay, so that leads us to the next issue, or the sign and symptom of too little protein in your diet after weight loss surgery. You're going to become more prone to breaks and fractures of your bones. Now, this goes hand in hand with the muscle wasting. Not enough protein in your diet can cause your bones to become weak and allow them to fracture and break easier. This is developed over time. This is not something that you're going to see up like in the forefront. It takes a little while to happen, but it is a reality, and it is something that can happen if you're not getting enough protein in your diet. Protein aids in the absorption of calcium, and if you're not getting enough protein, then that obviously means you're not getting enough calcium, which is not going to feed your bones, which is going to cause you to have a lack in protein, which is going to cause fractures and breaks and things like that. So it's all like a domino effect. The next issue that you're going to face is trouble sleeping. If you're not getting enough protein after your surgery, this will begin to affect you in your sleeping area. Look, I love sleep. I couldn't imagine anything taking that away from me. And it's crazy to know that protein aids in sleeping. And that's why I say what I said at the beginning of the video. Protein is the building block of life. It affects so many areas, and it's not just, of course, like your hair and your skin and your nails. Like, it can affect you not being able to sleep, like really. Protein is also responsible for keeping your blood sugar levels where they're supposed to be. And if you're not getting enough, it can cause your body to have like certain dips and valleys and issues that can stem or carry over into the nighttime, which can cause you to have insomnia and also trouble sleeping. And I had no idea about this until I did a little bit of research. And of course I verified it with my surgeon and my nutritionist. But it's crazy to me that protein has this big of an effect on our bodies. Additionally, it's also stated that protein is a building block of tryptophan. I'm just going to put the word here.
Tryptophan.
I'm sure that I'm not saying it right, but this is one of the amino acids in our body that causes drowsiness. Isn't that crazy that our body has little indicators and hormones and things that indicate whether or not we're tired and tells our body to go to sleep? I'm telling you, God knew what he was doing when he created us, because geez, like how many different things in our body are tied together to make us work the way that we're supposed to work. Like get into God, like really. Anyways, but yes, protein is one of the things that helps to create a amino acid that tells us that we are sleepy. And without that amino acid, we're like, okay, I'm not sleepy yet. And that's a direct effect of not getting enough protein. The next sign or symptom of a protein deficiency after weight loss is going to be brain fog. If you find yourself having a lack of concentration, poor concentration, you're having trouble learning new things, just an inability to think clearly, it could be an indication of low protein intake. Protein is essential in the production of dopamine, epinephrine, norepinephrine. Oh my gosh, I am completely butchering these words. I'm going to put them all on the screen. And serotonin. These are neurotransmitters that are needed to help you focus. So if you're not getting enough protein, you're not going to be able to focus. Maybe I'm not getting enough protein because I can't talk. Oh my gosh. The next symptom is going to be digestion issues, which I'm sure we all know this. Amino acids which are created during the digestion of protein help to keep our digestion system happy and healthy. And if you're not getting enough protein, it can affect that. The common things that can happen are diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, sometimes constipation, which is kind of neat or kind of interesting because you can have constipation if you're getting too much protein. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's crazy, but yes, constipation can sometimes be one of the symptoms of getting too little protein as well. If you don't get enough protein, the muscle contractions within your GI system, they weaken and can cause you to suffer, and you'll know it because you'll be in pain, especially in your GI and stomach system. The next symptom is going to be moodiness and anxiousness. As I mentioned earlier, when digested into the body, the protein that you intake produces amino acids. And amino acids are what signal and create your neurotransmitters. So I almost combined the words. You guys, I am struggling so bad today. I hope you guys don't unsubscribe because I am just really upset with myself that I can't talk. Neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine, which control your mood. So if you're struggling with your protein, your mood is going to struggle too. You may not be as happy as you once were, and you may kind of have just issues getting yourself up and going, lack of self-motivation, things of that nature. I am just blown away that protein, it plays such an essential role in so many things within our weight loss journey. So the easiest way for you to ensure that you are in a happy and healthy mood is to increase your protein intake. So the next symptom of not enough protein is going to be sugar cravings. And I think that I've actually dealt with this because at one point in time, I was craving sugar. I was wanting things that weren't good for me. And so I look back on that time and I'm like, now that I've done this research, was I not getting enough protein? Was that what the issue was? And it may have been, but when you have a lack of protein in your diet after weight loss surgery, if you find yourself craving or wanting sugary snacks and things that you normally wouldn't want, it's because there could be a lack of protein in your diet. Protein helps to control your blood sugar levels. And if you're not getting enough protein, that means your glucose levels can be all over the place, which can cause you to then crave and need sugar to balance your body out. And so typically carbohydrate snacks like cake and cookies and things of that nature, they digest really easily for us and they digest quickly. And after you eat that, whatever that is, it gives you a sudden spike in blood sugar levels. So it puts you back where you need to be. If only temporarily, you're still getting that little bit of boost that you're needing. This is typically followed by the dumping syndrome or a crash or just the need to eat another type of sugary snack to rebuild or to get that sugar high you just had again, because it's not going to give you what you need. You actually have to increase your protein intake to make sure that you're getting enough sugar in your diet. And so that's why a lot of times, at least with my nutritionist, he'll tell me, hey, if you find yourself wanting something sweet, eat a piece of chicken, eat, some pepperoni. And I kid you guys not, I'll do as he says, and it takes care of that craving. And so it's neat to know that protein also controls our blood sugar levels. Y'all, protein is like out here doing her due diligence. Like she is making sure we are all good to go. Like, come on, protein, you better be the controller of everything. My lips are so. The next issue we're going to talk about is weight gain. As I mentioned just before, a lack of protein can cause sugar cravings or cravings for things that are not good for your body. And especially with us being weight loss patients, anything that's sugary is completely off limits. It can cause dumping syndrome, and it can also cause a stall or weight gain on your way. So if you're giving in to those cravings for sugary foods more often than not, that can cause weight gain. Now, I'm not saying that if you're not getting enough protein, you're going to gain weight. What I'm saying is if you're not getting enough protein, that can cause you to have sugary or unhealthy cravings more often than not, which if you give into and you don't know that you're lacking in protein, can cause you to gain weight. And you're like, well, what the hell? I barely eat, but I'm not getting But what you don't know is you're not getting enough protein, and your body's like, oh my God, feed me, see more, I need protein. And so if you're not getting the protein, you're just going to eat things that are bad for you, and then that's just going to be a never-ending cycle, and you're going to start gaining weight. So a way to avoid that is to increase your protein intake. I think that, I think that's the way to take care of everything that I've mentioned in this video. But, just in case you didn't know, or you had any doubt whatsoever on how to fix whatever it is that's happening with these symptoms, get more protein. All right, so the next symptom we're going to be talking about is edema. Edema can be caused by not getting enough protein in your diet. Edema is also known as localized swelling. It could be all over your body, it could be in your lower or higher extremities, and it can cause you to swell, it can cause you to retain water, things of that nature. Typically, our protein will help to hold fluid into our blood vessels, and without that protein in your diet, it can cause that fluid to leak to other areas or other open areas in your body, which is going to cause that swelling. Edema is often characterized by skin that looks shiny or stretchy and can maintain or retain a fingerprint, or can retain its shape after you kind of pinch it together, and you'll see your fingerprints or your indentation of your finger there on the skin's surface. The next symptom is going to be fatty liver. Fatty liver is when a buildup of fat cells occur in the liver. This can cause inflammation, liver scarring, and possibly liver failure. Now, although it is not necessarily known why a lack of protein in your diet will cause liver failure, it is highly assumed that the impaired production and synthesis of fat transporting proteins, known as lipoproteins, can be attributed to the liver disease. Now, the next symptom we're going to talk about, I think, is something that we are all too familiar with. At least I am. It's going to be hair loss. Who would have thought that we'd be talking about hair loss in a protein deficient video? I myself have experienced hair loss. I myself have experienced what a lack of protein in your diet can do after weight loss surgery and its effect on your hair. So, as you guys know, your hair is made up of 90% protein. And if you didn't know, now you know. Specifically, a protein called keratin. If you're not getting enough protein, it can lead your body to stop using protein for non-essential, or what it deems as non-essential duties in the body, so that it can store it in its blood cells. So that could cause hair loss, hair thinning, all kinds of issues related to hair production, growth, and the maintaining of. So if you find yourself or your hair changing color, changing texture, you're losing it more in the shower, or you're running your hands through your hair and it's just falling out, or when you're brushing it or combing it, that is an evident sign that you are lacking in protein, and you need to do what you can to save your hair while you can. Don't be a Kelsi. Don't be like me. Don't wait until your hair is literally falling out of your scalp to be like, oh my gosh, I think I'm lacking in protein. I think I'll eat some now. Like, please, don't be a Kelsi. The next issue we're going to talk about is, of course, and it goes, I feel like, hand in hand with your hair, it's going to be skin and nail problems. You may notice white or brown spots on your hand or on your nails, and you may notice that your nails are becoming brittle and break easily, and that they don't grow the way that they once did. I really can't tell because I typically have on acrylics, but I do have friends who have had the surgery who will say, oh my goodness, my toenails are like falling off. They feel like it's like they won't stay on my foot, or my skin is really dry. I will say that for me, earlier in my post-op life, I did experience some skin problems. I don't really have problematic skin. I really haven't had acne or anything of that nature since my teenage years. But in the beginning of my surgery era, I did, however, have a lot of dry, I'm talking really dry skin. I had to slather coconut oil on my face before going to bed so that I didn't wake up looking like a Pringle. And I do contribute this to a lack of protein, because protein is essential for the regeneration and building of new cells. And if you don't get enough protein and you're not generating a new skin cells. They're just, the dead ones are going to stay there because your body, you shed skin cells daily, all day long. Like as you're sitting here and as I'm doing this, all of my skin is just falling off of my body. And so if you're not producing any new skin cells, then the old ones are just sitting there. And so your skin can become dry and flaky, like that type of stuff. Now, with a lack of protein, you can also be a sufferer of frequent infections. Believe it or not, protein is essential in helping to fight off and fend off, bacteria and viruses within your body. If you're not consuming enough protein, your white blood cells become weak and they are unable to do their job. They're unable to fight off bacteria and viruses the way that they normally would be if you were intaking protein the way you should, which makes you more susceptible to getting a common cold or catching the flu, or in this particular era of our lives, the coronavirus. We're becoming more susceptible to infections and becoming sick easy. So as I sit and I talk about these deficiencies or these things that we can go through as weight loss patients, it is quite interesting to me because I would have never known these things had I not, talked to my nutritionist, had I not sat down and said, hey, like, these are some things that I'm going through. How can you help me? How can you help me to understand what the issue may be? And, I think it's important to understand that protein is essential, and we have to make sure that we're getting it. We have to make sure that we are doing what we can to get in as much that we can to ensure that we don't have a breakdown of our protein over time. And I know it's easier said than done, y'all. I'm not saying that you guys are like out here, not doing what you're supposed to be doing, because we all suffer. I suffer with protein intake because it's so easy to get busy in our daily lives. It's so easy to, kind of keep moving. And sometimes drinking a protein drink isn't always feasible, or sitting down and having, a protein-rich meal is not always feasible. But I urge you guys to do what you can to ensure that you are able to get as much protein as you can, as often as you can, because it is essential to your body. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the makeup application. As I stated, it's not about the makeup, but more so about the content. If you guys like this video, or if you like this type of video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you are not. Also, if you would like to, please make sure to join my Facebook group, One Bite at a Time. It's a safe place to talk about hard things in regards to this journey. I hope you guys are enjoying your Thanksgiving week. It's almost over, and we're headed into December. I swear, this month has flown by. It was just the 4th of July. And now it's about to be Christmas. Anyways, I feel like once you hit 30, those years just kind of like just boom on by. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I love you guys to the moon and back. I thank you so much for being here and supporting me. You could have been anywhere else on this YouTube universe, planet, whatever you want to call it, but you chose to be here with me. I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you later. Bye. Y'all, I keep doing this. Do you see this? It's like a big chunk of eyebrow that I keep putting on my face. So, I'm so done with myself with this video. Digestion of protein help us to have a healthy